because she was probably more resistant than me, but that made her more attractive to me.
That's on your side, right? And on the Filipina side, I think tell the truth.
Please introduce yourself and tell me your name, where you're from.
I'm Stephen, and I'm from the USA, New Orleans, Louisiana.
And yourself?
Yes, my name is Bea, and I'm actually from Palawan, Philippines.
Nice. And how do you guys know each other?
We're married.
You're married. Good life, huh?
8 years married, 9 years together. But we knew each other from before that. We met online back in, 2008?
Yes.
Something like that. Yeah.
Well, we were just friends.
Yeah,
there
just
was
friends.
no romance or anything.
Yeah.
And 5 years later,
we reconnected and everything seemed to work at that point.
And how long have you been in the Philippines now?
I've been here since 2015.
Wow.
Yeah.
So almost 9 years.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah, 9 years.
9 years. It was 9 years. September 30 was my 9 year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Awesome. What do you like about this country? What keeps you here aside from obviously your lovely wife?
It's a free lifestyle. I like warm weather. I don't like being in cold. So it's kind of like the climate that I like, and the travel I could do in the Southeast Asia region is easy, and it's just a little laid back lifestyle.
Okay. And what's it like living with this American gentleman? Tell me some stuff about him.
I should say all of the positives. But yeah, it's it has been 9 years, and there was a lot of this happened in our lives, but it's a very what do you call it? It's not perfect.
It's not perfect.
No, it's just a joke.
No, it's a joke. It's
That's
an
a standing
inside
joke. When we were doing our wedding vows, she's looking at me and she says, I promise this is not going to be easy. No, it's not going to be perfect or something like that. So that's like standing.
Yeah, but
Inside joke between you.
Yeah, it's an inside joke between us, but it has been a really amazing 9 years of our lives together.
Yeah, quick 9 years.
Okay. What are some things you dislike about the Philippines or just life here?
Well, there's daily frustrations, and that's really it. Coming from the military and American culture, how there's urgency of doing things, efficiency of doing things. You kind of have to throw that out the window. It could wear on you living here. Traffic, obeying the rules. Back to the military side is in driving, there's like no rules. So things like that. Overall, I think the plus way outweigh the negative here. Yeah.
How do you live? You're making a living. Are you retired? Are you working?
Yeah, I'm retired military, but my wife works as well. So.
And what advice do you have for someone that wants to find a wife like yourself? Where can they go to find a partner for life?
About that.
Don't rush for one thing. And you got to know how to vet, especially because when we met in 2008 online, it was really different than if you go online now. Yeah. You still get a lot of attention, but I felt there were more sincere girls, looking for, a true relationship. The total scamming and, games and stuff weren't really prevalent. At least that's the opinion I got.
And I think, that's on your side, right? And on the Filipina side, I think the best thing that had happened between us also is we started out as friends.
Yeah.
And I think that really puts down all of that walls, and, you gotta be some kind of person. You're trying to pretend that you're somebody you're not. So I think the best thing is being friends and being open, like talking like friends.
Yeah. I think we accidentally fell in a relationship because she was probably more resistant than me, but that made her more attractive to me because I'm like, it wasn't easy to win her hearts.
Yeah.
So
is that what attracted you to him, his persistence?
Oh yeah. Because, maybe because of trauma in relationships. For me, it's really hard to trust and to be secure, but, he was there, even though I'm like kind of pushing him away, he kept persisting, maybe, and I see that as his trait also. Very persistent.
And what do you like about Bea? Why is she so special to you?
Well, she's...
Tell the truth.
Just her personality is very, you've been hung out with us for a few days now, and you can kind of see this is who she really is, kind of laid back and, not confrontational. She's very intellectual, which is something when we were kind of getting close, we weren't together physically. So it was more of, the type of, intellectual, banter we did between each other, so she's just easy. I don't want to say easy, it's like, it's not a difficult relationship. It's so weird because, we had been together for 5 years, and it wasn't until I started watching YouTube, a YouTuber started talking about Tampo, and I was like, what is Tampo? So I asked her, I said, babe, do you know what Tampo is? And of course she laughed at me, and she said, yeah. And I said, well, do you do that to me? And she said, no, she don't do Tampo. So if you have a relationship like that, it's easy. Nobody's pouting.
I think it's really more of a Filipina being, vocal about how they feel, because a lot of us, and culturally, we have been told growing up to don't talk back, don't, say whatever you're feeling, you just shut up. And that's what happens, when you grow up, you're like, you're just bottling all up in the inside, and you're doing Tampo without, telling. And you think that your man is a fortune teller or a mind reader, that, they know what's going on with you. But that's usually what happens when Filipinas growing up.
And that's that intellectual side, the type of relationship where, she prefer to talk things out,
Okay.
So.
Now, what's the biggest difference being married or in a relationship with a Filipina compared to women in the West? A lot of men want to come here and have what we would consider maybe traditional, partner or something like that. Mm-hmm. Is there a big difference that you noticed?
Yeah. Well, even though a Filipina can be a modern woman, which I kind of consider Bea, because, she works and she doesn't not like to work. But she, personally for me, still, keeps all of that traditional side of what a male-female traditional role would be, and, just respect. She respects that, so.
And would you say you'll go back to the U.S., or do you think you're going to make Philippines your home?
Oh, it's my home, man. I mean, either, if not the Philippines, someplace in Southeast Asia. We like Thailand. We like Vietnam. Yeah. At one time we thought Bali, but that's a little far, and,
city living, it would be Thailand, or Ho Chi Minh.
Yes. The only thing that would ever get me to live back in the States was like medical reasons. So.
Have you been to any medical facilities here? Can you tell us any information about hospitals or anything?
A little. That's part of the take of the give and take, is the hospital system. The good thing about Iloilo, there's a lot of hospitals here. So it's not like maybe being in a small province when you don't have the choices. So if you don't like a place you're going, you have other places. Unfortunately, I won't mention the name, but the one that takes my insurance here, because I'm retired military, I don't like it that much, the process. But also the cost of going to other places is so low. Yeah. Cause right now I'm kind of healthy. So I just use hospitals to go in and get my prescriptions. And other than that, I haven't had any serious, issues. And she's a tank. She doesn't get sick. She never gets sick.
It's that Philippines blood, I guess.
Alex, when I moved here, man, my first year and a half here, I was sick all the time. And it took me a while. Now I don't get sick that much, and if I do, it's just a few days.
Getting that immunity.
Yeah, cause it's it's different, to get accustomed to this, environment. So.
Well, now I know a little bit about your business. I want you to tell our audience, tell us a bit about your business that you started in the Philippines, because it was really impressive. For me, give me like a quick overview of the business, successful, I think, that you started here.
Yeah. Well, I'll start because, back in 2015, when I got here, I wanted to really start a business for her. And initially we bounced around a couple of ideas. We were thinking about going into a franchise, a shawarma franchise, but they weren't franchising. So, I saw a lemonade, kiosk in Manila, and, it just kind of gave me the idea to do that. And, I had went home, to a French funeral and visit my mom and stuff. When I came back, we were getting ready for the wedding. So after the wedding, she's like, I need to do something. So she went and did a baking class, which was a key to the success of our business. So we just built the concept of a lemonade, business from the ground up. And, it was a big hit. First kiosk was a really big hit.
So tell me about the pinnacle, the peak of your business, about how many did you have, and any kind of numbers that will give us an idea whether it was successful or not.
Well, we started one kiosk, and our first kiosk, in the first year, it was a year and 1 day. So, 366 days, we hit $100,000 profit. Gross, yes.
Okay.
Selling 55 peso cup lemonade. So we sold a lot of lemonades. We built a whole system of, speed and consistency of the recipe, which if it wasn't for her baking, because I don't measure anything, but she knew how to keep, measurements of stuff, and we formulated it into, parts of the business. And I think that was the key to our success. And I modeled it after New Orleans. It was Big Easy Lemonade. I modeled everything I did about it, was based on even all our flavor names and things were street names and different things in New Orleans. So the theme of it was easy, and it was something new. We were doing a lot of things new. And she handled all the business side, really. I did all the concepts and, kind of negotiations with the mall and stuff, but you want to throw in?
So, it was successful because we were the first ones to start in Puerto Princesa, which is in Palawan, where I came from. And, we did a lot of marketing here and there. And, I think, one of the things, if you're gonna start a business in the Philippines, target the kids.
Target the kids.
Okay. So we're, 2 years later, 3 years later, we ended up here in Iloilo and grew, and, stayed here in Iloilo for good.
We had 8 locations total. We had 2 in Puerto Princesa, and the rest of them were here. It was a whole different world here because there's so many malls, and the dynamics were different. All those kiosks didn't come near to what that first one was making. But the first one was like, if you're a rookie and you get to, your first at bat and you knock it out the park. So that one helped actually finance the growth of all the other locations.
Are you still doing that business now, or?
No, unfortunately, when the pandemic hit, it was just impossible to keep it going because the malls were shut down for a while. They were delaying, rent. They weren't really, okay, we're closed, you don't have to pay. They were 30% off, so it didn't make any sense with 8 locations. At our peak, we had 25 employees, between, here in Puerto Princesa.
Okay, so I know you guys have a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that and what you guys blog about.
Why don't you tell about the channel a little bit?
Well, it's really, the name is Philippines in Full Effect. It's been a while. And we were just filming a lot about, our business, and then,
daily lives,
interviews.
Interviews.
And, interviews. Yeah. And I just started putting my work out there. just to keep
Yeah.
the channel, something going on there. Yeah, so that's it. And we are traveling around, so sometimes we put stuff in here, just for fun and stuff.
But I'll be sure to include the business. Are you open to selling that business?
Yeah, I mean, if we still have all of the properties, we own all the properties of the business, trademarks, the recipes, the names, everything. And, I'd sell it at this point, because I think after being away from business for so long with the pandemic and actually what happened, I'm kind of tentative to starting a business again. Not that a pandemic would happen, but business in the Philippines, we could do a whole nother blog just on that. We do have a couple of episodes on our channel that kind of show you the origins of our business. And there's in 2 parts. There are more to come, but last year, unfortunately, Bea lost her father. We were in Vietnam. We come back, and 5 days later, her father passed away. And that was in June of last year. And then 2 months later, my mom passed away in the States. So I had to deal with her, estate, settling her estate and everything. I was the executor. So I really didn't have time to do YouTube. So if anybody goes to our channel, we haven't put out anything in a year besides a few shorts. But we may drum it back up, it'll just give you a different insight. We're a kind of a working couple.
Yeah.
So a lot of vlogs aren't, quite like that. It's either just single guys or single girls doing their vlogs. And,
wonderful. I'll be sure to include the channel name.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate it. So people could check it out. Thank you guys so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, Alex.
And that was my friend Stephen and Bea. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think of their story in the Philippines. And if you guys want to check out their business, find out a bit more information about that, go ahead and check out their Facebook page. I've left the link in the description down below. They also have a couple of videos on the YouTube channel. I've left their YouTube channel link in the description and in the comment section as well. And if you're actually interested in purchasing their business, I highly recommend going to the Facebook page and seeing everything that might interest you. Give them a shout, give Stephen a call, or send him a message on Facebook and ask him any question that you have. I was really impressed because to have over 100,000 USD in sales in the first year is absolutely amazing. 25 employees, 8 different branches. And, right now they're just focused on traveling. But if I was going to stay in the Philippines, I'll definitely reach out and contact him regarding that because, he told me about how he managed to go ahead and make the whole process a lot faster, right? Initially, they were just pressing it by hand. Then they got this machine that made the whole process a lot faster and they were able to sell a whole bunch of units. And then he realized he can go ahead and make these pistons that he had to keep ordering by himself. So he's got all that information. Go ahead and check out their Facebook page if you're curious about that. Give him a shout and find out some more information. And that's it for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.